So let's take a look at some model responses and how we look at writing in our class. Our first point to make is that every time we write in class, we're writing to the best of our ability because we are practicing the habits and practices that we're going to use every time we write. It's just like when you're preparing for a sport or for a musical group, you want to practice those scales slowly so that you do them correctly. There's no sense in trying to play fast if you can't play the notes. There's no sense in running a play at full speed if you don't know the steps that you need to make in order to make that play successful. Same thing with writing. We want to take it easy, we want to take it slow, and we want to do the little things we can really well every time. And if that means that you start with only a few sentences and then we're going to build your stamina, that's fine. So, for what we're looking for in this response, we were looking for a response to the full prompt, a short paragraph of 4 to 7 sentences, using an example from the video as evidence, and using the rules of English language. So, here's an example of a, a good response. It's a little bigger for us. People who are very different can still be very good friends. Once I came to the high school, I got to be friends with kids in marching band that I didn't know before, especially the other clarinet players. I also have a lot of friends have made in 4 H. I raised rabbits and chickens, and later I raised lambs. I'm still friends with a lot of the kids I met there. I think that for most people, it doesn't matter how you might be different. It just matters if you get along and are nice to each other. In the video, the boy and the old man had fun together playing croquet and riding their bikes. It didn't matter that their ages are so far apart. So, in response to the prompt of how is it that people who are so different can still be great friends, this response has a lot of detail. It includes personal experience and it includes that required reference to the video. In a less successful response, what's What's missing is almost always the same few things. Here's a needs more kind of an example. People who are different can still be friends. It doesn't matter who you are as long as you get along. I have friends from band and 4 H. Now, it has a lot of the same information in terms of band is mentioned, 4 H, that opinion that it doesn't matter who you are as long as you can be friends and get along. But what's missing is context. The response needs more definition and detail in order to provide that context so that mentioning band and mentioning 4 H is somehow meaningful.